Hello everyone and welcome to our
Hi.
newest update video. My name is Jake the Voice Power and I'm the writer for the TimeSplitters Rewind team.
Live
okay,
reaction.
So let's look at our last
Perfect.
update video. That was, fair bit of a while ago.
Alright, alright. Got some comedy in here. Alright, I like it. How you doing, Skyward? Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks to Alfred Turner's diligence with the core gameplay systems, we've been able to shift our focus towards art. This update video will showcase some of the work from the art team, as well as a few other surprises that we've tucked away.
Okay.
It kind of goes without saying that this year has been a bit of a slog. TimeSplitters Rewind is a project met with many tribulations, and the art team this year has faced many trials. We'll go into a bit more detail later. Since the March...
So, it's been, I know, what a voice, right? So, it's been through a lot of stuff, TimeSplitters Rewind, right? So, they were fucked over by the engine. They had to fix a bunch of stuff. And there was a bunch of stuff they had to port in and redo stuff, and so it was totally bad. I don't expect a lot out of this. I expect release plan, progress, something, hopefully. Kappa.
Much update. We've recruited several new members of the team, which includes 3 level designers, a character artist, as well as an environment artist who worked briefly on TimeSplitters Rewind.
Progress.
More details on that later. But for now, let's take a brief look at some of the work-in-progress shots of some of the levels that we've been working on.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, these are simply blockouts and they've not been touched by artists. It's just a mere peek at the progress we've made so far.
Okay, so this is Mall. Alright, so here's what it's going to look like. I mean, this looks like what Mall looks like. I mean, I don't have anything else to say here. It's Mall. It's my favorite song. Scott. Oh, chemical plant. Let's see, is this anything different? What's this yellow bit? Look at this yellow bit right here. What is that? Okay, so this is just kind of like outlines of the maps I see. All right. I mean, this is fine, I guess, if this is what the geometry is going to look like, and this is walk-onable, then that's fine, I guess, but this isn't a ton right now to go off of. It's basically about what I expected. It's kind of like bare bones map layout. And nice, Scott. We're going to have actual lighting, which is nice. Alright, tomb. Hold on. It looks like things made out of cinder blocks. Look at this. Oh, tomb. What has happened to tomb? Tomb is gone. Nothing wrong with it. It's just layouts, but it looks like it's made out of cinder block. That's what tomb looks like? Oh my god. So that's what tomb looks like. Yeah, we have it. We have a map of tomb, which is perfect. Pretty cool. David Bencomo. Nice job. Yeah, it's been going for years, Riz. It's pretty slow, yeah, I agree. It's pretty nice transition, yeah. It kind of fits in since they're all kind of you know, bricks of geometry. But they're still working on it, Riz. They're really trying their best. I hope they make some good progress soon. Playable progress. Docks looks the same. The skybox is a bit weird. Looks so weird during daytime. Village. I mean, not much to expect for these. It's about the same maps. Village looks really weird. Looks like it's covered in snow right now. Oh, that was a nice transition. Oh, compound. It's got some colors. Streets has some color too. Okay. Yo, it's got, look at that. It's got textures. What's new? Nothing yet. We're looking at geometry of the maps and what they kind of look like. That's about it. And they announced who's joined the team as well. Nothing too shocking. The stuff we've gone over could be explained in 30 seconds. Chinese looks the same. Got some color geometry. All right.
So, as you saw, we've completed blockouts for Compound, Chinese, Cyberden, Streets.
It's a lot of maps.
Tomb.
Like we were talking about a stream yesterday, they really should focus on just having a few maps there. Just do 2 or 3 maps so we have something to play with. Because if we had something to play with, then we can get hype around it. Right? But right now, they're doing a lot. So it's hard to do all of this at once.
chemical plant, village, and more. That's 9 out of 18, which means we've done blockouts for half of the maps in TimeSplitters 1. Now this has been very exciting for us, but it has led us into a bit more of a dilemma. Again, more on that later.
Okay.
In addition to the weapons we showcased in March, we've also begun working on other weapons seen throughout the first game, including the
machine pistol, Tommy gun. I like it. Oh, it's nice. Look at that.
As well as the minigun.
Okay, the minigun looks the same. That's what I expected.
Other weapons are in progress as well, but they're not exactly in a state where we can show them.
Yeah, they're going for both quantity and quality. And in
we've also
programming,
created several new characters from varying portions
you have to kind
of
of
the
go from one or the other.
With the new goal of creating characters only from levels
quantity,
relevant
quality,
to
or
our
speed.
release plan.
One of the two.
Just hold on for now, and we will be going into detail about said release plan later.
What are you talking about?
With the inclusion of new weapons, we've also created several new characters from varying portions of the series, with the new goal of creating characters only from levels relevant to our release plan. Just hold on for now, and we will be going into detail about said release plan later. Our 2D artist, William, has also been working hard on creating a multitude of UI and other 2D assets. As you can see here, we've been starting to integrate original assets in place for old placeholder UI, ranging from our in-game menus as well as weapon and ammo HUD.
Crossbow bolts.
Of course, keeping in mind that these are all a work in progress. Now, before showing off our primary progress, just want to clarify something first. Some of you who have been following the project for many years will know that there have been models that came and went. Now, these range from Training Ground, Compound, Chinese, Warzone, Castle, and much more.
Warzone, dance game.
That being said, we're not going to be using any of the old content. Some of it is due to a lack of compatibility, some with changes to our system requirement goals, and other reasons. Now, this was not an easy decision for us, but our new content, we believe, will be worth the change. That being said, you're probably thinking, so what is the new content?
Let's hear it.
I'll just let the videos speak for themselves.
Challenges, story, gameplay, something to play with. Please. Please. Something. Oh, here we go. Please. Something to play. Test. Rain. Playable. That looks pretty decent, actually. Looks pretty decent. Rain works. Smash Bros announcement. Okay, this looks playable. That looks like a decent map we can walk on. All right. Disco go? No. What? Is that a mountain? What? So we got a mountain. Okay, never mind. We got police cars. Neo Tokyo. Right there. Boom. See the red and green light. Oh, it's Chinese. With their remastered version. They better have the original Chinese, honestly. Siberia finally playable. Poggers. Get some poggies in chat for Siberia being playable. Chinese looks nice. This looks pretty good. Not just ported assets, doesn't look like. This looks actually decent. Like, can I go on higher quality, please? There we go. Story mode on. Hold on a second. Who said story mode speedruns? Hello? Okay, we got the item. Are they going to keep the speed, though? The mistake of speed. Nope, I haven't seen him. Have you seen him, chat? The Headless Man? I haven't.
We're incredibly excited to have finished the majority of our goals for these two environments. And our next update video will showcase these in a different light that I hope you'll all be excited to see. But that, of course, will be for another time.
So this is this gameplay is placeholder gameplay. This isn't actual game. Like, so what happened is, it's like these textures are all just ported in, so these aren't like usable.
I want to take a step back and point something out. TimeSplitters Rewind is a very tough project.
I agree.
It's essentially a AAA undertaking with less than an indie backing. This is no secret at this point, as this project has been in development for, well, since this video's release, over 7 whole years.
Yes,
I bring this up because in the last wave of content, we've had people working cross-disciplines. For example, Samuel Freeman is one of our character artists, along with Alfred Turner. In order to capture the sheer scope of the project, we've shifted their priorities onto environment art. In addition, Cameron Williams, the level designer, literally learned environment art in order to contribute to those 2 levels and actually did a majority of what was seen there. With all of that being said, we really need environment artists on the team. And if you have any experiences with anything of the sort, then please reach out to us on the Discord link, which will be popping below. We'll go into a bit more detail about recruitment later.
No, my wallet. Damn it. Okay. Test place. Alright. It better be, right? Alright, so this is ripped assets, obviously. But the gameplay looks there. So the guns look like they're there. Which is what's important. Like the assets. That's talking about the weapons and shit, right? And the geometry and stuff. I think that's what it's talking about. Punching works. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, crystal. What the heck? That's not a crystal. Get the thing. Chat, they did the thing. They did the thing with the stuff and the fun and the shits. Oh, he's almost there. Come on. Oh, you're done. No way. Yeah, the restart.
So you may have recognized that from TimeSplitters 1. Well, you guessed right, folks. We've got TimeSplitters 1 story working.
Yeah,
of course, we're just using a test environment at the moment, but the functionality is there.
Get the thing.
So for our last showcase in this update, before explaining some other things per tradition, we have made a rather significant change to a game mode you may remember from the first TimeSplitters game. This was based on some choices from the team to have a more multiplayer-focused
experience. Is this default quality?
We think you'll like our choice, but keep in mind, this is just a work in progress. So for now, we'll be doing a default setup of Last Stand on Training Ground.
Okay.
So in Last Stand on TimeSplitters 1, the player is simply tasked with defending their barrels against wave-spawning AI.
Okay, yeah.
They'll often target the individual barrels. For Rewind, we decided to take a more survival approach. Players will fight for survival against wave after wave of enemies. I'll let the gameplay briefly speak for itself.
I gotta get my glasses. I mean, that's all right. I mean, I'd rather have like a death match, like so you can do like tournaments or something. Like just play the game. You know what I mean? It'd be cool to have new things. I'd rather have
a little bit different,
something
but
to
the functionality is also still there. So that's the new content we have to talk about for this year. But before we end this video, we want to briefly talk about the project as a whole.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
With the fact that this is a project that has been in development for so long with a high amount of hurdles, recent announcements, separate from Rewind, and more, we've decided that we are going to have less content available at launch. But that means we will be able to release it sooner. The current plan is to have what we consider to be a feasible amount of content with functioning systems and gameplay. This release will include some of the content that you saw here and more in some areas, less in others. That means that while we have 9 blockouts done, we are nowhere near having 9 completed environments.
Yeah, you're not. You have 2.
With completed content, and we'll continue progress on other content for subsequent releases. This is important because it allows us to release the game so that people can get their hands on it, with the idea that, in case something happens to the project, at least there is something that can be played by you and the rest of the TimeSplitters fans. That being said, expect to hear more of that later on. We're not going to be providing any sort of dates because we know that's not really worked too well in the past. However, all we're going to say is please keep your eyes peeled.
I will.
The rest of this update will be focused on the overall state of the project, recruitment,
I'd love to hear it.
And a bit of opening up. So if that interests you, then please stay tuned.
Yes, they finally figured it out,
Skyward. And stay tuned for our next update. So let's break down 2019 for TimeSplitters Rewind. Starting with the news from last year, THQ Nordic acquired the TimeSplitters IP as stated in many articles. We just want to say right here that this has not affected development in any way up to this point, so ideally we can put that to rest. Leading up to 2019, we haven't put out much content in a long time, and our March update far surpassed our expectations. The sheer amount of passion the TimeSplitters community has shown for this project is extremely encouraging for us, and we're really glad to see such positive reception.
Jesus
that
Christ,
being said, after our March update, we have recruited 6 new members, 2 of which While unfortunate, I'd also like to point out that some of the impact this project has on the lives of developers. Several developers on this project have gone on to work at massive AAA studios, other at smaller indie game studios. But the one thing in common is that TimeSplitters Rewind has helped them get there. There are others who continue to work on the project simply in their free time. This project is valuable. As long as there's people wanting this to happen, then we can still keep going. That being said, we need your help to release this thing. Honestly, the project may never see the light of day without some extra hands in the pot, so the 2 that we've mentioned who left our project were people with primary experience doing environment art for the team. Even then, with that being the case, you may have noticed a lot of repeating names during the credits. That is because, as always with Rewind, the bulk of the work primarily falls on particular individuals for various reasons.
That makes sense.
So our goal is to limit that, especially on the environment art side. This is the area we need filled the most, but we are welcoming to anyone who has a skill set that could come in handy for the team though. This ranges from level design, environment art, blueprints/C++ programming, 2D art, character animation, V-model animation,
I know none of this.
Character modeling, eventually Q&A testing,
that's me right there.
Designers, and much more.
I can be the QA
join
tester.
Discord and make a post
that's
in either
me right
the
there.
portfolio or development recruitment page so that we can get in touch. With all that being said, we are extremely excited about the future of this project. Thank you very much everyone who has checked out this update video. Hopefully we'll have another one sooner than the last. And so, to quote Sergeant Cortez, it's time to split.
Nice. So, is that it? Just making sure? That is the whole thing? Right? Alright. Yo, huge 5 watching now. Alright, so it's about what I expected. So, with what I was told yesterday, I can't relate that much of that to speedrunning per se. So what do we have there? Let's recap. We have 2 maps that are pretty much done. We have workable gameplay, but a bunch of the assets and everything else is ripped. So we don't want to have that. So let me see what we've already seen it. Okay, where is it? 2100 views, nice. Awesome video. No, I said the same thing. I'll do the same thing. Over here. Copy. Paste. Like your own comment. Always like your own comment. Look at that. See, that's 1. Like it, and then like it over here too. Dislike. Okay, I get progress has been slow, but come on. 3 dislikes already. It's only 1% though. So I've had this kind of simmer on the back burner for about 4 days now to kind of let myself think about this a little bit more, and kind of devour the update in general. I wanted to give some quick thoughts after a little bit of this waiting time, and I've actually changed my thoughts on where this has gone. So after that update came out, you'll notice there's been a huge amount of players or people just posting portfolios ever since Monday. You see, even I posted in here because I wanted to become more of a QA tester, more of a balanced person, and I've noticed so many people have joined in, wanting to participate, help make the game, and help bring it to life again. As you can see, there's so many people posting in portfolios or in development recruitment. We got the seal of approval here. It's adorable. And in portfolio, you can see so many people have been posting in here their portfolios, what kind of work they've done, how they can better the team. And all of us looked amazing. Look at this. It's so amazing. And seeing this has rejuvenated my joy in the project. I can say that I'm pretty confident they're going to get a lot of work done this year compared to other years. As I said in the video, they've already done Chinese. The map's pretty much done. It's got a lot of the stuff in it, like the geometry and stuff like that. Same with so they had compound in Chinese, and having all these more of these artists around. They're working on processing the application, so that's going to take a while. But the amount of players and people that are just wanting to get this project, working on this project and finish it is astronomical. As you've seen in Rewind News, we can see over 50 applicants since Monday. That's insane amount of support. Like, that's actually insane. So I would expect a lot of good progress in this project in the coming months. I'll try to push to be more of a tester myself. I really want to be part of this project and show that I can provide some valuable input in terms of balance and map design, how things can be fixed if they're not that great, or things that are good that we should keep in, like really good. And I just want to kind of add this on to the end of the video just so you guys can see like what I've kind of thought about and digested after a few days. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. We do speedruns and a lot of TimeSplitters challenges. And I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day. All right, later.